Really not a whole lot from my end. I would just say this: I'm proud of our kids. I think we continue to grow as a football team, which is really positive. Um, Really grateful for our fan base. Great crowd tonight. And with that said, I'll certainly open up to you guys. Questions you got?
Matt, what did a victory, big victory like tonight mean going forward for the next 14 days or 13 days when you don't have a game? I know you'll be practicing, but
Yeah, I think we'll see. I think the reality of our program has grown, and we've proven the ability to strengthen through struggle. Um, that's always been the character of who we are. I think the great teams had the ability to not only strengthen through struggle, but also have the ability to strengthen through positive. And so we'll see if we've got the ability to do that. And, we'll see, I guess, would be my question.
What do you see from your guys in the first quarter?
I mean, I don't, I saw that all last week, so I really don't see a whole lot of difference. I felt really confident leaving Baylor that we're playing our style of football the right way. Our precision and detail maybe was a little bit better, but man, I feel really confident of the how our kids are playing right now, and I just saw that continue from what I saw in Baylor.
What's that mean, I guess, for the players to see fix those degrees and what your football team looks like as fast as it is?
Yeah, and I think we've got the right kind of leadership that's been down this road. They understand that. You've got some new guys in new places and that are continuing to learn that. But, I still think you're dealing with the psyche of 18 to 22-year-olds, and any time that you get the positive result from the outcome, you can go back and continue to preach that it is about how we do what we do. And I think that part of it's certainly positive. But I would still say I think it said a lot about our team to come out and play the way we played with not getting the result last week and still saying, you know what, that's good enough. We got to continue to pound away at the detail. And I thought we did a really good job of that, at least in the early part of the football game.
I know it's on the outline.
Have you ever seen a stat line like Brock Purdy had in the first half? 5 passes, 5 completions, 4 touchdowns, 96 yards.
No, and I wouldn't even know that. So, I haven't, and great. But, I really felt like Brock has really started to really play Brock Purdy style football. So, I'm really proud of him. Again, you're kind of like the message that I'm saying, man, you got to strengthen through struggle. And when your best players have the ability to do that, I think your team has the ability to do that. And, I think that's really been the MO here for a long time. So, proud of him. I thought great night by him. I really thought he was outstanding for the most of the game.
Speaking of, and it was on the opposite side of the field that you were, and us too. So you probably saw it on the replay, I'm guessing. The Purdy to Kohler, and then Charlie's, how he did that, I don't know what.
Yeah, and again, I just say from, a Charlie Kolar standpoint, over the last 2 weeks, you're seeing a healthy Charlie Kolar, like I think you're seeing a healthy Brees Hall. So, I think certainly positive for the quarterback to have two A players that are getting back to a style of football, and not to demean what they did in the start of the season, but just you see those guys looking healthy and playing to their full potential.
Matt, the stats jump up like 5 for 5, 4 touchdowns. The score jumps off the page. But what little things were you looking for in this game coming off last week's game?
Yeah, I just think the attitude and the effort, like, man, you didn't get the result you wanted. And that's life. And we don't get it sometimes. And the reality of it is we have to make the ball bounce our way, right? In our sport, I always say, man, it's lucky. No, that's all BS. Like, you make the ball bounce your way. And I think that's a little bit of the difference of what I was looking for from our team. Now, I will say this. I thought our Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday practice that we had, I've been here I don't know how long, but it's the best I've seen. And so to me, those are great indicators that, what you do in practice is still, like, our sport's still real. Like, you have to practice well to play well. And if you're willing to do that, then, man, great things can happen. So, I think that standpoint of it, I was really proud of our kids, and just even the how they got to Saturday was really impressive to me.
With as much as the young guys got to play, was there anybody that really jumped out to you and impressed you?
Yeah, I probably not. We'll see in the game. The two young running backs continue to run the ball hard. Deckers ran it nice, threw it okay. They're all okay. We'll evaluate it. We'll see what it is. But to me, it's still great for them to get opportunities to play in the football game. And we're going to need depth down the stretch run. We know that. I think we've been, knock on wood, really fortunate from an injury standpoint that, I think we've been able to stay fairly healthy. But, man, for those young guys, there's still no experience like getting under the lights and playing. And, it's great to see what those guys are doing so they can evaluate it, we can evaluate it, we can coach them, and then say, hey, how do we continue to get better?
On that note, you have guys that you watch in practice every week that you don't get to see. When they get in the game and you have guys that find the end zone that normally probably aren't going to find the end zone very often, how much fun is that for you?
Yeah, I think it's more rewarding to watch, guys who, man, they do sacrifice a great deal, and I think, to me, the greatest reward tonight is Kyle Krizik, who is one of our walk-on defensive linemen who gets in the game, one of our kid that's probably one of the greatest effort givers on our team. He comes to work every day. And how many games he'll ever get the chance to play in or what he'll do, and he's got 2 big tackles in the last drive. That's what I love to watch because, there's a lot of guys in our program that sacrifice everything to come every day, but they don't get the result of getting the opportunity to get on the field very often. And it takes great character and work ethic for those to have those kind of guys in our program. We're fortunate we've got a lot of those guys. So great for him. There were some young guys that got a great opportunity to do it. Deion's score is great, but, I think some of those guys are pressing to say, man, should we be playing more? And so that's fun too. So we'll see.
How emblematic of that creates your own rough mentality is shown in, you get the first fumble, Zach falls on, you get the interception in the end zone, and you blocks the kid, you have to get a return.
Yeah.
Those things start happening.
Yeah, and again, you look at who created those, and that's what I said afterwards. And I said it on the headset during the first half. Well, it's Zach Peterson. Well, I mean, how many times have we talked about Zach Peterson in the first 5 weeks of the season? Well, he always does that. He always runs to the ball. He always strains, and sometimes sooner or later it's like the thing that I've said a million times. Like, you do got to trust the process. You got to keep playing. You got to keep working. You got to keep grinding because sooner or later you'll flip the script. And for him, it was awesome. It's Kamani King. Kamani King, he wasn't the starter at the start of the season, but he worked his tail off to earn the job and made us play him. Well, he's got a broken hand and he makes the interception in the end zone. Man, huge play. It's Eric Horn on 4th and 2, who's really practiced his tail off. It's Brock Purdy. It's, Xavier Hutchison. It's who sparked it for us. It's the guys that since January have been leading the way in their attitude, their effort, their investment. And that part makes me really proud because that makes our team better because our team wants to be the guys that make those plays. And when you see guys that are doing it the right way everywhere, then it gives you a chance to be successful, especially and continue to grow and get better.
How much did it, I guess, set the tone that those opportunities that Rob talked about that the offense turned around and turned those into points?
Yeah, I think big. Again, though, we've talked about this. There's a flow and momentum that we have to play in to be successful. And, I thought really we were able to find that early in the game. And, we've done that at times, and maybe not as consistent as we've needed to do in the first part of the season. I think we've really worked hard to figure out why and continue to find ways to, make sure we're finding those opportunities and continuing to understand that there's a rhythm that we have to play in.
A guy we rarely talk about in situation here, Governor Reese and Charlie and Brock and the guys,
Mm-hmm.
he's just, I don't want to say quietly, but just, man, does he do anything wrong out there? And today hitting that whatever, 55 yards.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, and I throw Greg right in the Chase Allen, Zach Peterson. When I've talked about our A players getting A's, I talked about that on Tuesday. Greg Eisworth's got an A in every game. He's got an A in every game. It's been really important for Greg Eisworth. He showed up in every game. So, again, I think he's one of those, your best players. He's one of those guys that continues to lead by not only his words, but how he's playing. Yeah, again, it'll be really good to see. The one thing that Cam has is he's got great height on his punts. I think hang time is something that, yes, distance is very important, but the hang time to allow the coverage to get down there and be successful is really important too. So, we'll evaluate it. We'll see where it is. I think it still continues to be a really good competition, and, we feel very fortunate and have faith that both guys will only continue to grow and get better.
You talked a little about guys making the most of their opportunities in general.
Yeah.
for the first time. And it seemed like the ball wasn't even going to him originally. How big is that for him? And it seemed like the team, it was almost like a Landon Akers situation where the team kind of huddled around him and was super proud.
Yeah, I think Jirel is one of those guys that, man, he does the dirty work for our team, and he's the guy that's, sometimes he's the lead blocker, sometimes he's in on short yardage to get the first down, and, to see that guy be rewarded because, you're right, he's probably the fifth read on that, and credit to Brock Purdy to get him the football, but man, it's awesome to see a guy like that be rewarded, and, sometimes that's frustrating because you want to be the guy, that's getting the ball, getting all the carries, and, you got to be mentally tough to keep grinding away at it. And I think for him, awesome, and what a great reward for him to be able to score a touchdown tonight.
Both really had 8 tackles today. What did you see from so far in this young team that's been really impressive?
Well, I would say elite young talent. He's a guy that really mature for a young guy to be able to, number one, have all these opportunities because he's, again, a young player that's demanded us to play him. He's come in here with a sense of purpose, starts on 2 of our special teams, and has really earned the right to get reps on defense. So really excited about him, where he's going, and certainly his future. We think he's got a chance to be really special.
Last question for Coach.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.